time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
Stupid mic. Here we go. Well, good morning to everyone. Sometimes it just goes offline. Sometimes it just goes offline. What's up, Mr. Bigums? Your mic is off? No, it's not. You're off. Anyways, we are here. Works now. Yeah, can see that. Hey, what's up, Twums? How are you doing? Penny is the best champ. Is she now? Explain. Explain how do you arrive at that conclusion? How is she the best champ? How is she better than the Hercules, for instance? There's something wrong with my headphones? Oh, there still might be something wrong with your headphones, man. Does Corvus absolutely need suicides to be viable? For the most part, yeah. There are situations where you can do without. But in general, you're playing two completely different champions if you're running them or if you're not running them. Ears were off, my bad. Exactly, your ears were off. There are situations where Corvus can work without suicides, but it's still a completely different champion. It is best. Don't discuss this just now. Ah, of course. Morning. Hey, what's up, Chill Brockets? How are you doing? How are you doing? I need to get them units back. Quake is the best. We all know that. Deep down, you know that. Quake is the best. And you know it. Which champions do suicides completely change? Well. Let's go. Invisible Woman gets... permanent heal basically every time her shield activates. Mallman is Mallman and Karnak, I would say it's kill class. Mutant class would be Omega Red, Namor, and Kitty Pryde. Tech class, it's primarily Ghost. Guardian too gets a lot better. Ghost mainly. Cosmic class we have Hercules, Corvus, Angela, and Null. Mystic class we have Diablo and Claire. Those are kind of like the suicide challenge champions. Thing is, spending money to buy the whole suicides might be worth it. And like again, here's the thing: what you need to remember: there are still people who don't like suicides, and they're not necessarily for everyone. But you know, as far as my personal opinion is concerned, I think those masters make this game a lot more enjoyable, and they make a ton of sense. To how, because they do make, for instance, arena faster, yeah. And with faster arena, for every hour that you do grind arena, you get more units. It's quite simple as that, right? So if you spend, I don't know, 1 hour in arena a day, and you can grind on average, let's say 100 units. With suicides, you might be able to get 150 units. Over time, suicides are going to pay for itself. Not even that long amount of time. If you do it every day, let's say 50 units a day is your saving. Then, you know, week is 350 units. Month is, you know, 1,000 units, you know, few months, like 3-4 months, and suicides will have paid for itself. And then for those 3-4 months, every single unit that you gain is going to be, you know, benefit. Off season, I am Chorus simp. Yeah, I actually used Chorus in last war too. Warlock with robots, and it's helpful. Oh, I'm mainly talking about champions that it changes, like, you know, drastically. Like with Warlock, it's nice, but it doesn't, you know, do it that much. When spring cleaning's probably coming? On 22nd, most likely. 22nd. Oh yeah, there are few champions that really can't handle them. AQ is not delayed. AQ is not delayed, by the way. Changes to AQ are delayed. Why do not people read? I do not Why don't people read? Mother flippers, I assume, you know, all of you have graduated from primary school. All of you did your ABCs, didn't you? Right? Has anybody read that mail? None of people these days, I swear to God. Please be advised that due to an issue, we will be delaying the intended changes to Alliance Quest maps until the next series of Alliance Quest. Let's read that sentence over. Please be advised, take note, that due to an issue, and not specifying what kind of problem has arose, we will be delaying, so something's getting delayed. Now let's pay attention to what is getting delayed. The intended changes are getting delayed, not the Alliance Quest. You dumb little mother... Okay, let's read it again. Please be advised that due to an issue, okay, so take note that because of some sort of problem, we will be delaying something. Here comes the critical part. We will be delaying the intended changes to Alliance Quest maps until the next series. Do we understand the difference in between intended changes and Alliance Quest? Okay, I'm definitely not a morning person. I don't know. Well, can be if I have had my coffee. But I am extremely allergic to stupidity very early in the morning. After I have had my coffee, we're fine. We're fine. So you know how to be beef. What's up, Patrick? 1 out of 3 willpower. Do you need? Yeah, you need max willpower. Some people run coagulate, some people don't. I don't run coagulate, but many people do. Suture is not needed. Coagulate is debatable. Diablo or Magic for 6.1, both undupe, no suicides. Diablo. I'd go Diablo. I've been exploring champs and Deadville Netflix, actually really good. Yeah, Crossbones is very good. Deadville Netflix could have been very good, but they just kind of didn't land that one. I have a rank 5 Deadville. I explored him too, and he can do some things that a lot of people don't think he should or could be able to, but they kind of missed several important points. Hood is very good though, I agree with that. What's up, C Gully? How are you doing? What's up, Goffy? How is everybody else doing? Ah. By the way, don't worry, Eric. You're not the first person who thought AQ is delayed. Part of the reason is because I saw at least, 3 more people walking around. Oh, Yahoo! AQ is delayed. I was like, shut up. It's too early to deal with all of you. What do you think is the reason people are scared to run suicides? For some people, it's specific champions and love for specific champions. You can't use like Professor X, you can't use Carnage, you can't use Sorcerer Supreme, you can't play a lot of champions kind of like fully. And I approach it from like pragmatic point of view that I can still use all of those champions if I want for a fight or two. I just can't do entire lanes with them. But a lot of people have quite a lot of attachment to specific champions. And then there are other people who are very obsessed with their own health bars and think that they're gonna get an extra cookie if they finish a quest with virtually fully healthy team, opposed to finishing where every champion on a team has like 20% left, which effectively is the same thing. It doesn't matter, you don't get anything extra for it. But is there a pattern to several our solo events? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. No, you do not need 3 out of 3 recall. Just 1 is fine. Just 1 is fine. People never run 3 out of 3 recall aside from very like specific scenarios. Only a handful of champions that you would want that on. So in general, just 1 out of 3. It's fine. And recall is obviously, the real price of Liquid Courage Double Edge Masteries. And the another thing is obviously because we do not have mastery loadouts, it's fairly costly to change if you have to for Alliance War and stuff. And people are afraid of that cost, changing the masteries. I found my sleep schedule, took a nap at 6 and woke up at 12:45 to watch Moon Knight. Now I'm here. Well then, self-inflicted harm gets no sympathy. Double Edge is debatable for me. I have Human Torch and Black Widow duel. Well, what do you do? What do you do? I'd still run them for the most part. Honestly, it's not like I'm not using Liquid Courage Double Edge, you know? Sorry, it's not like I'm not using Human Torch. I am. It's just, you know, when you bring in Human Torch in a quest, for most part, almost always you bring it in for what, 2-3 fights? You can still do 2-3 fights with Liquid Courage Double Edge on. Oh yeah, Incursions, how very bad it was. And Jabari Panther is not better than Nick. No way. Not even close. Not even close. Okay, this is good to Suicides. She's one of the few champions to take 0 damage from recall. It's not the only reason, but it obviously does help. But it's also the fact that you can heal persistently throughout the fight from that Liquid Courage debuff. And she really does need that damage increase. Without Liquid Courage Double Edge, her damage feels significantly more average. Again, started the fight with 999 combo, always the best champion in the game. Yeah, probably. Probably, you know, why not? Ghost doesn't phase recall. You can phase recall with Ghost now. Like, I uploaded the Ghost showcase and there are definitely footage of Ghost phasing now. They kind of patched it. It's not perfect. The timing is different, but you can phase recall again. Would you rank 3 Unawakened AA or Unawakened Omega Red? I would rank 3 neither of them. I would rank 3 neither of them. If I had to, I would go with Unawakened Archangel. If I had to. Grinding every last energy completes number 4 notification for lives. So far, I'll definitely want. Very good, Brian. Glad to be of use to you. Glad to be of use, Brian. Any synergies that would add combo to Aegon would be so damn good. Not just Aegon though. Imagine if Star-Lord could start every fight with 999 combo or 400 combo in his case. Just saying. For me, Professor X, Apex, and Doom are my top preferred champions. That blanket check out the fights. I personally don't use Susu, but I agree they are amazing for 90%. Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly as I said. Like, you know, because there are some champions that are really borderline unusable. Like Professor X is one of those champions where you can probably squeeze in like 1 medium length fight, maybe 2. But it's, you know, completely different Professor X that you use. And if those are the champions that you kind of want to use for most of the fights on the paths and stuff like that, then, you know, you're going to be a lot less likely to run Suicides. Your favorite champions are going to be, you know, very bad with them. That's my picture of cookies. Of course they do. Of course they do, Slinger. That's exactly what they do. By the way, I got the confirmation from CCP Folk that Black Cat and Scorpion are indeed a part of champion rebalancing program. Are there any requirements? No, there are no specific requirements. As long as you make the champion look good, that's all I kind of need. About it. And no specific requirements to send me some videos. It's just, you know, I can't promise you that I will make a video about it. But you can always feel free to send it. Unique Awakening choice. Good Cap Infinity or Crossbones of Marvel. Cap Infinity or for me. For me, Cap Infinity or. I like Approximate Midnight with persistent charges. I would like Approximate Midnight with either persistent charges or her charges to be built up like Miles Morales, where you can do any of the 3 missions at the same time. For instance, if you parry, and you know, like they all appear under your name at the same time, and if you like parry and knock down opponent, you get a point in parry mission and you get a point in knockdown mission. You know what I mean? I think so, it would be so much better, because then you'd have so much more control over the fight. Yeah, I do have rank 4 Professor X actually already sent to me. I do need to upload it at some point. Have Dragons and some short guys for rank 4 Jubilee. I have a very big suspicion that she probably will not, especially considering that I have been trash talking Jubilee for a really, really long time. And yeah, it would be interesting though. I would love to see that though. But hey, what's up, Seth? How are you doing? Because I'm sort of feel like soon become. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, anyways, Black Cat and Scorpion are a part of Champion Rebalancing program, which is again because as a reading enthusiast, let's call it like that. Let's call me a reading enthusiast. We can read through this announcement post again together and see if this kind of makes sense. Where is that post now? Delaying. Here we go. Here's the post. We'll be delaying the launch of our new champion attributes, formerly called champion rating system, for a short period of time. This means Captain Britain, Betsy Braddock, Omega Sentinel will not be part of this approach balancing program. We're initially ready to launch this system this month with a set of approximately 30 champions with their attributes added to their champion spotlights. For now, the system will be more useful to players with a larger group of champions to compare to. We aim to have the system launch when we are able to display attributes for approximately 100 champions. First of all, they're still not displaying attributes of 100 champions. They're displaying attributes of approximately 30 champions. I think 29 to be exact. You can actually check that. The untitled one. These are all the attributes that they have, and they have 27 champions. They have 27 champions that they're displaying attributes for at the moment. So, you can look forward to more information about champion attributes and the launch timing as we move closer to new date. We can look forward to, but we didn't get any. You can look forward to more information about champion attributes and the launch timing as we move closer to the launch date. So that line is just a flat out lie. Because the launch already happened. And we didn't get information about the timing and everything else. So, just a filthy liar of a post. Who posted this? MCOC. MCOC is filthy liars. Liars. 2 hours 50 minutes is definitely fast enough to get the Legends title, in my opinion, yes. We all really want to see rank 4 Winter Soldier? No. Oh. Hoping for a Mystic or Mutant rank 4 gem for Sasquatch and AA respectively. Well, best of luck to you, man. Sasquatch, I'd love to see rank 4 Sassy. Pulled the 6-star Strife the other day. What kind of abyss fights can he handle without APOC? Still quite a lot of them. Still very, very good. What do you mean what kind? You know, most of them, to be honest. Most of them. Need to be specific when you ask about fight. Top of the morning. Hey, what's up, Orange Pet? I've been loving Professor X as of late. I've been using him so much. More since I have learned the double charge with the heavy into special. Yep. Gotten pretty. I actually need to probably put in a bit of practice with him. But at the moment, I'm trying to learn Tiger a bit better. Was it wrong to use 6-star generic on Dr. Doom? I know it's kind of up to you. I used my 6-star generic on Doom, but obviously I did it primarily because of prestige. Still, you know, I also think that, you know, Dr. Doom is one of those champions you probably use daily. And even if the SIG ability doesn't have the biggest impact, just the fact that you use that champion so much probably makes it worth it. Again, finding your channel for the first time. I have some rank 4 Dragon Man footage. And my AQ mate also has... Oh, I'd love to see both of those, Kingo. You can drop a message to me online or just send me an email. All of that stuff is in the video description below. So if you open the stream description, you will find my line ID, Kingo. And you will find, my email address as well. So you can either email me and we can discuss, and or you can just message me online and we can discuss. But I do need the videos not to be through lineup, because lineup destroys the quality. Let's see more of that gameplay. Yeah, definitely, I'd like to see more of that. 6-star rank 1 unduped Herc, and now I get 5-star Herc and duped him. I would still probably suggest the 6-star rank up for now. And rank 4 too. Do you think... yeah, it's in that one. Hey, what's up, Arcanus? How are you doing? You think that's legally wrong? This is so fucking... it's... I don't know, it could be. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the legal expert in these kind of questions, but it's definitely shady and misleading, I'll tell you that much. It's definitely shady and misleading. Good time. 3 hour. There you go. We're discussing the AQ updates. Yeah, kind of bummed out. Well, the thing is, again, very important thing about AQ updates is that AQ is still happening, which is the changes that are delayed for 1 week. But yeah, we discussed them a little bit. Sometimes I wonder why Cat isn't part of the CCP, then the other times answer is apparent. Love the accent. Where am I from? I'm from Latvia. Open 6 Nexus from 7.1, 100% got Spider-Gwen first time and Vulture dupe. Chose Vulture just because of Mr. Fantastic Synergy. And I got Spider-Gwen as 5-star. Would you guys do the same? No, I think I would probably just taken the new champion, because it's quite unlikely that I would rank up either of them specifically. But in that situation, I'm kind of like, when you always are unsure, I pretty much always recommend just taking the new champion. What's up, Legacy? How are you doing? I've been meaning to ask why you classified Shang-Chi in meta and not as top of your list, as it deals the damage. Because that's where I feel Shang-Chi belongs. He's a good champion, you know, he's being used, but without a doubt, Kingpin, Mole-Man, and Nick Fury are being used more than Shang-Chi, in my opinion. Again, you're obviously perfectly free to disagree with it, and Shang-Chi is a very good champion, but Shang-Chi is exactly where I kind of see him. I see him as realistically the 5th best or / more useful champion in the game. Oh crap, I did the wrong matchup. I see him as a 5th skill champion in the game, and that's where he landed. Lags, yeah, Lags is always up at this time. It doesn't sleep. I don't know. There's something genetically wrong with Lags. Think you should be worried. Battlegrounds, yeah, Battlegrounds are coming very, very soon. Oh, was soon. I did not watch that one. Nick Fury the only champion in the game with 2 lives? Kind of, but then again, you can kind of say that Phoenix and, you know, has 2nd life as well. And, you know, a few other champs. Hey, what's up, Arte? How are you doing? What do you think about Black Cat now? I remember I said she didn't look that good before the gameplay really came out. No, I never said she didn't look good. I immediately said that she's probably gonna have crazy numbers and all that other stuff, and I pretty much think a very similar thing. As in, like, she's gonna do crazy numbers, especially in Labyrinth and Abyss. And if you watch that spotlight, that's exactly what I said there. That, you know, there's inevitably are gonna be some crazy damage showcase from Labyrinth and Abyss. And she's probably gonna still have quite high damage output. It's gonna be quite fun, but as to whether, you know, you would bring Black Cat to Alliance Quest, Alliance War, or, I don't know, Grandmaster Gauntlet and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't think many people would initially. I still haven't hardly played with her, you know. Actually, I haven't played with her at all. But like, at the moment, from everything I have seen, my opinion is pretty much the same. She's, you know, very flashy champion that can do a ton of damage. But I definitely, at the moment, don't think she's top 5 skill class good. At all. You know, eventually I might. And, you know, I have very little exposure to Black Cat. But as things stand right now, I definitely do not think she's better or even close to as good as Kingpin, Mole-Man, Shang-Chi, Nick Fury, or, you know, champions like that. Oh, crap. What do I think of Black Cat is, I think she's effectively, you know, mix of a Squirrel Girl and OG Black Panther. Scorpion looks very promising, and his stats look crazy. I want to see how practical it is to play him, because that was like the opposite. If I thought that Black Cat is going to be extremely fun, high damage kind of, you know, feel good character that you just want to bring in quest and, you know, annihilate opponents with, then I thought Scorpion looks like he has tons of utility. Hopefully his numbers are good enough, but my worry about Scorpion and his playstyle from what I was looking at was that it might be annoying or frustrating to play him, you know, despite his quality. So I hope that he feels good when you use him. I hope that he feels nice and good to play, because it looked like the utility is there, you know, kit is there. Stat-wise, he also looks obviously very good because he seems to be very tanky now and all that other stuff. The only worry about Scorpion at the moment is, and obviously that is going to be easily verified soon, whether he feels, you know, practical to play. Because we have those champions that, I know, for instance, I don't know, Mangog, right? Like, Mangog can put up decent amount of damage if you're running Liquid Courage Double Edge and if you do the exact level 2 rotation. Right? If you can do the exact level 2 rotation, you can do decent amount of damage. If you do anything else, you know, it's kind of shit. And just the fact that that's the only way how he outputs decent enough damage basically makes Mangog kind of unusable, because you can't really rely on the level 1 staggers or those immunities, stuff like that, because anything outside of that level 2 rotation, his damage is shit. So Mangog is a perfect example of where, you know, if you look at the kit individually, you know, Mangog seems like a very solid champ. There's power control, there's power gain over time, there's staggers, you know, energy damage and heavy, there's fury, there's unstoppable, there's all of these beautiful things, but they only work well enough if you do that one specific thing, and you need to abandon most of the utility for Mangog. And I just hope that, you know, none of that happens to Scorpion, where he doesn't kind of feel that you need to do this one clunky thing, and if you actually bring him in a hard fight, that it's impossible to kind of make him perform to his best or something like that. So I kind of had completely opposite worries about each of those champions. Scorpion looked like super fun. Sorry, Black Cat looked super fun, and Scorpion looked super worrying in terms of actually playing him. I hope he's good. I hope it feels good to play him. But yeah, with Black Cat, again, Black Cat, I still think largely exactly the same things I did before. She's a champion that I would like to have for fun. And, you know, I'd probably be happy if I did have her. She's definitely not a champion that I necessarily want to, you know, drop a bank to or consider grinding arena for or absolutely desperate for. There's not a single fight in the game where I think, you know, I'd probably want, oh yeah, I have Black Cat for that, you know? If I would use Black Cat, it would largely be for fun. Might have Scorpion. Yeah, Scorpion seems like he might be, well, initially at the very least, after watching the deep dive, it does to me look like that, you know, it could be fairly tricky to play him. See, Black Cat is skill strife, really good for Labyrinth Abyss, but not top option for the rest of the content, except maybe the bleed nodes. And that's kind of fair enough, and we all know what I think about strife. But yeah, Scorpion's utility definitely seems nuts. Completely agree. Just got doubted with Penny. Because Penny is from different reality. Incinerate doesn't mean what you think it means where Penny comes from. How about that? I don't know. But yeah, I don't think, like, again, I don't think I ever said, like, about Black Cat that I think she's gonna be like crap. At least, if I said that, I didn't mean to. And I said about Black Cat is exactly what I think at the moment. And, you know, not a single video has kind of changed my mind where, you know, we're gonna see crazy damage number videos, which we have seen, you know, oh my god, world record and whatnot. And, she's gonna be fun, and she's gonna have impressive numbers. And, you know, that's more or less kind of where it stops with Black Cat. She's a champion that, again, I'd like to have, that I'd want to have fun with, but she's definitely not a champion that I think I have to, you know, do my best to acquire. I don't think anyone is gonna be missing, you know, out too much if they don't have Black Cat. I don't think there's gonna be a single piece of content which we're gonna go with like, oh my god, I don't have Black Cat and I can't do this. You know, if only I had Black Cat, I would be this boss or something like that. Like we currently have, let's say, with Hercules or Kitty or whatever else. Or had with Ghost and Quake. Japanese Spider-Man MCOC? Why not? Why not? But now Penny is in the reality where Dormammu is not incinerate immune, so what? Dormammu's fault. What Penny has to do with Dormammu's, you know, incompetence or impotence to incinerate immunity? Don't bring Dormammu's problems into Penny's life. For most part. You know, AW is not the only game mode. It's just, again, we all have some sort of different value systems, what's important to us and stuff like that. And I try to keep like as broad view as possible. And again, I just don't see, you know, I'm sure if I had Black Cat, as I said before, I would try to use her as much as I can just because she probably is fun. You know what I mean? But again, if Grandmaster Gauntlet would come out or something like that, I don't think I would immediately jump to Black Cat. You know, Alliance for Alliance Quest again, I don't think I'd immediately jump to Black Cat. I know Act 8.1 comes out. I'm sure I would be able to use Black Cat on a couple of lanes. Because, you know, acts at the moment seem to be kind of like very experiment friendly and kind of cheesy. So I'm sure in act content I would get her in somewhere. I'm sure she could do some fun things in KVQ. But, you know, so do most champions.
Take my money.
Hey, Toms, thank you very much for the tenner.
$10. Tuptico right, Tuptico left.
It didn't show the message, but it read it out. DB, taco right and taco left. I have a confession to make. Are you guys ready to hear this? I actually have a confession to make. There's just some emojis. Well, those emojis reminded me that I have something to confess about. I don't think I have had a taco in my life. I, you know, didn't have tacos when I was growing up. And in the UK, I'm not like, you know, the biggest fan of like Mexican food, spicy Mexican food type thing. I don't think I have had a single taco in my life. I have had all sorts of like, you know, wraps and fajitas or whatever else. But I don't think I have had a single taco in my life. What needs to change there? Since I got Silver Centurion early in my new account, I think that'll still apply. Plasma Shock and Incinerate. Yeah, Silver Centurion can do that. That is minus 5,000 subs. Mine's, of course. Well, Ghost Rider wasn't Incinerate immune for like 5 years. I'm gonna unsub now. How dare you. But yeah, I'm quite sure I at least I can't remember a single one for the love of my life. Tomorrow morning will be taco eating stream? Definitely not. Definitely not. At this point, there's just too many champs in game. I kind of disagree, because each champion has like unique aspects, and even at this point, you know, Kabam can create champions that answer unique solutions to fairly rare problems. You know, things that Mr. Negative can do. There are, you know, there's nobody else that really can deal with degen quite as well as he can, and, you know, get rid of buffs, and there are very few nullify immune champions. There are definitely champions that bring, there are very recent champions that bring unique things to the game, but they just don't come that often. You know? Like, I think Omega Sentinel and Sam both have fairly unique traits for their tech class champs, and, you know, they're definitely not overshadowed by the idea that there are just too many champions in the game. Or, like, you know, obviously we have Kitty, and, you know, even now, Kabam's still releasing new champions that matter and add new things to the game. Come back to the game, Kitty. First thing I do is catch your streams. Best ones ever. Oh, thank you, Sam. Thank you very much. And does anyone know about Balashibang up in 1 million? It's just a visual glitch. I think average is 2,000 units from 1 million battle chips, something like that. That's meant to be the average. To be spicy and what? And that is a sin. But in your defense, I'm unsure. How keen would I be to have a taco made in England? Sure, if you're Mexican. There you go. That I have a defense. The process of exploring 626, and I was wondering if you used for the armor break immune. And do you bleed Emma? You can just hit her block for that armor break immune. Do you bleed Emma? Symbiote Toast. You can just bring in like Corvus or somebody and just hit Emma Frost on the block, or Aegon. You can literally just bring Aegon or Corvus or somebody else that can do decent damage through block, and just do that, because then you can bypass do you bleed. Yeah, so just hit her block. 5-star 6 tons glitch. Yeah, I know about that. Guardian needs max sig. Yes, Guardian needs max sig. Why isn't Iceman called immune? Because Kabam said so. Very simple. Because Kabam said so. Yeah, but again, it doesn't make sense. Sabertooth is, you know, Cole's not immune. And Iceman isn't. Sweet. But yeah, no tacos here. I'm sure you guys understand. It's like, guys, where did everybody go? Where did everybody go? Is Legacy still here? You excited for Battlegrounds coming back? So rank 4 Toad? Oh, I'd love to see that. Rank 4 Toad sounds fun. Rank 4 Toad sounds fun. Boom, sorry. Right. Here we go. Here we go. Appreciate that Sassy is 90% resistant to it. Yeah, yeah, that is quite useful, yes. Is there a synergy that gives you armor ups? No. Wear thick clothing. Iceman, just wear some boxes. Oh, that's a swell logic. Korean fried chicken. I have, yes. I think I have. I'm quite sure that I have had Korean fried chicken, yes. VG this month? Yeah. 5 days. 5 days in Battlegrounds are coming back. What the fuck eats that dog here, Flinger? Must have been. Do you think Overseer is top tier for Battlegrounds? I do think he's up there. I think it obviously will depend what nodes are there, but I do think he's very good for Battlegrounds, yes. So good knowing that Iceman is resistant to cold. Iceman is as resistant. Oh, Jesus Christ. Iceman is as resistant to cold as am I. So next time yesterday, got AA, Diablo, Vampire. Nice. Big Nimrod to rank 4. Nice. Nice. Congratulations. Awesome, man. Congratulations, Victor. You have been on a tear there. How many max 6 stars do you have? I don't know. We can check it out. We can check it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 'I think that's probably gonna be it, most likely. Realsensei 60. I think that's it. I think that's it, just 10. Yeah, that was a 5-star. Okay, so after Immortal Hulk. After Immortal Hulk, is there anybody else? No. No. Nope. 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 Mephisto. It's not SIG 200, but it's SIG 120. That's quite up there. Yeah, no, that's it. Just those 10. 10 max 6 stars. Rank 3 Dr. Octopus. That's rank 2 Dr. Octopus. Surprise, your Ghost isn't 200 yet. I actually have been using Ghost very, very infrequently because I typically, you know, stream all the content, and you guys don't really want that. Top champs for Safeguard Valorant. I think I have I think I have enough champions for it. You know, there's like the whole Bishops, Nicks, and Ultrons, and Maulmans, and I think I have enough using Outmay, balancing efficiency. That's fair. You know, Outmay is a good website. Does Nick have best bleed damage in the game? I think overall, yeah. Best bleed damage that's accessible reliably and constantly. Soft spot for Iceman. Fair enough. Gonna kick some ass in BG, of course. Only got 40% shock resistance. Only recently. Generic Awaken rank for Nimrod. Wait for 6 star Omega Sentinel. It's up to you, man. I personally think Nimrod is probably at the moment better champion than Omega Sentinel. Have you had waffles and fried chicken? No, I have not had waffles and fried chicken. 160k, yeah. Besides duplicate pulls, which max 6 star did you focus stones on? All of them. Every single one of the 6 stars that I have at max 6 are the ones that I use stones on. That was my first time. British Katie flexing his roster in front of us. What? Sitting with 0. Ah, sorry to hear that, but bye. Got sig filters? Yes. We should. So Mega Red fallen off out of favor recently? Yes, he definitely has. He definitely has taken a bit of a seat back. 660 Karnak. Yeah, I have, like, again, I have had, like, Killmonger is natural 120. Cable is natural 160. Human Torch is natural 120. Luke Cage is natural 160. Green Goblin's natural 120 or 140. A bunch of those like that. Carnage can have a higher bleed damage, but he needs ramp up for it, and it's not consistently maintainable, kind of. Unique rank ups. My lance mates do it. Rank 4 Dr. Octopus would be quite sweet. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that rank up. Morning. Hey, what's up, Duxro? How are you doing? Rank 4 Starkey. Nah, don't care for rank 4 Starkey. Was thinking about ranking up my Mordo for BGs. Didn't see him at all the last time from anybody. What do you think? I would go with Mo instead. Probably. I think I'd go with Mo instead. Went from waffles and nothing on them. Pretty bland. The Omega question, I think it depends on the user. I know quite a few. No, there are definitely people that still use him. But in general, you do definitely see a lot less of Omega. Overall. And there is a very good reason for it as well. Because we do get a lot more this archetypal content. What's the best way to explain? It's not that Omega got worse. There are 2 or 3 things that made him less desirable of an option in many cases. Let me explain here. Follow me. Number 1. Omega's convenience of use quite highly depends on the opponent. And if opponent does have loads of defensive mechanics, and there are, like, you know, very long and annoying special attack animations, it's just harder to use Omega Red. You know, it's kind of just because of opponent's animations. Harder to make. You do have to put in a lot more work, you know, timing your heavy attacks and when you bait out special attacks, and it can go a lot wrong. It can go wrong way easier if opponent's special attacks are longer, which they have been getting, and the animations are, you know, kind of pushing you further back and stuff like that. That's one of the reasons, but that still wouldn't be the main reason for decline in use of Omega Red. The main reason of decline in popularity for Omega Red is the way Kabam approaches new content. Majority of new content at the moment in game is typically arc archetype class, you know, divide-based content, you know, in Act 7, for instance. If there is a mutant path, these are the things that, you know, mutant champions have to be able to do in order to benefit from those nodes. And typically they include prowess, which Omega doesn't have, triggering regeneration buffs or passives, which Omega Red can't do. And you know, and even the benefits that you get typically is some sort of fury or, you know, attack increase or something of the sort. And Omega Red doesn't really benefit from it because his death field damage and sport damage scales with his base attack, not modified attack. And, you know, very little of his damage in many fights comes from special attack damage, for instance. Therefore, he doesn't even benefit from the same things that most mutant champions benefit from. Similarly, how it's, you know, borderline useless to make Omega Red a horseman. That increased ability accuracy does absolutely nothing. And what prowess does very, very little. You know, increased bleed resistance is kind of redundant. It's just things like that. Even Professor X, you know, increased special attack damage. Nobody cares with Omega Red. You know, nobody cares about increased special attack damage. So it's just that Omega Red is atypical mutant champion. And if Kabam is pushing content that has this, you know, challenge reward structure, then quite frequently Omega is unable to do the challenge to get the reward. But even when he does the challenge, the reward doesn't really benefit him. That is why Omega Red is losing, you know, game time or popularity. Can we please have an updated progression guide? Yes, you can, Alexander. Yes, you can have an updated progression guide. It's a brilliant idea. In fact, I might make one today. Maybe. Who knows? Since you asked so nicely. When using generic Awakening with Nimrod, though, I think I would. I think Nimrod's one of those champions. I personally would. Good feeling about yesterday's interview? Nice, Dextro. I hope it works out for you, man. Hope it all goes well. Waiting for a telephone ring with good news? Well, I hope you get it. Hope you get it. And if you don't forget, there's always more jobs out there. Slinger's just being disgusting this morning. No, it's not that new champions got better, it's just that, again, Omega didn't kind of lose, you know, comparable. In a vacuum environment, Omega Red is still extremely powerful. It's just that, again, we're not playing in vacuum environment, and the content and new champions don't kind of fit him. Hello, what's up, David? How you doing? Favorite sci-fi movie? I actually love a ton of them. I don't think I have a single favorite one. I really do like a ton of sci-fi movies. Any chance you know it's Rift? No. Rifts we have now will be available. Yeah, rifts that we have now will be available for the rest of the month. New ones will unlock, but old ones are not gonna go away. Just limiting. What do you mean limiting weekly or stacking? Explain that question. Damn kitty, 189 6 stars? I think something like that, yeah. So, you know. Pretty sure July 4th comes before she will be featured. Spring cleaning's coming up, so if you put... Yeah, true. Finished Variant 7, Chapter 2, and Chapter... Nice. Good job, Dextro. No worries, but it's just... Yeah, it is just a joke. Doubloons possible? What do you mean about doubloons possible? What kind of question is doubloons possible? Yeah, of course. It's one of the 2 jobs I want to get. Well, best of luck to you, man. Then best of luck. Fools and MCOC forums did read into my screen. So you literally recorded facts. And I'm the idiot. I'm gonna videos reside in forums. Come on, Lucas. Yeah. What kind of screenshot did you post, Mr. Victor? Your favorite? Again, I have not. My favorite movies in general, probably. One of them is extremely embarrassing that I don't like to talk about, and the other one is The Kingdom of Heaven. I think it was a very high budget Hollywood movie that flopped, but I absolutely loved it. It was with like Orlando Bloom and a whole bunch of other good actors in it. The Kingdom of Heaven, absolutely love that. Other than that, you know, I watch a ton of obviously sci-fi and action movies and stuff like that, but I don't think I have like specific favorites. Favorite MCU movie? Probably Winter Soldier. I think Winter Soldier is my favorite. Oh. Winter Soldier, both Guardians of the Galaxies, Infinity War, and who else was up there? There was something else up there. And probably the new Spidey movie. New Spidey movie is awesome. So that would be my top 5 most likely. Maybe Civil War somewhere around there, but no, not that much. Winter Soldier better. Am I being disgusting? You are being disgusting. Don't even try to deny it. I have been busy at work, so I was worried if I need to complete all 60. No, you just can do them at the end of the month. Don't worry about it. They're not gonna go anywhere. And it's up Mick. Should I rank 2 both Meg Sentinel or Hulkbuster, both unawakened? I'd rank 2 both. I'd rank 2 both personally. I love both of them. Oh yeah, Nimrod's very fun to play. Absolutely. The blue ones haven't coming. Yeah, well, Kabam has not announced it, but I think it's coming, and I think it is the following Friday. So basically in 10 days from now. So 22nd or 23rd, basically, something like that. I think it's 23rd or something. What would be your next rank for? Probably Silver Surfer. How much? 60% attack from suicides in numbers? It depends what's your base attack, you moron. It can be 600 or it can be 6,000. You, again, basic math. Do you know what percent means? 60% is not, you know, a static value. It means that it's, you know, a proportion of another number. Let's do... What kind of... Let's go. Comparatively speaking. We have attack values. For 6-star rank 3 champions, yeah? Let's flip out calculator. Jesus Christ, people. What have your teachers been doing? As in, like, have you gone to school? Anyone ever? Like, reading? Нет. Math? Нет. So, if you have 3,954, yeah? Base attack for a Mega Sentinel. So 60% would be 2,372. That is the benefit for a Mega Sentinel. 6-star rank 3. Obviously, obviously, there are champions with smaller base attacks. Yeah? So let's take a look at, I don't know. Dr. Octopus, 2,704. He's in bottom 15 according to base attack. I know, like so. That would get you 1,600 attack increase. So did you see that variance? Very huge difference. It obviously, again, depends on what rank champion you take. If you're taking a look at 5-star rank 4 champion, and you know, here is significantly smaller number. Let's say, I know, Abomination is still on one of the highest base attack champions, 1964. But for a 5-star rank 4 Abomination, that increase would be 1,000. You know, so it varies on the base of where you are taking that percentage number from. The lower rank champion, the less actual real life numerical benefit.
Safa Zero and Char Zero $20. Thank you for your guides and insight. Keep up the hard work.
Well, my pleasure. And thank you very much. It's very generous of you. And let's get your name up here as well. Get your name all the way up here. And thank you. Mods are bullies. We'll definitely post about mods on Reddit. Oh yeah, well, Mr. Victor is not a mod though. Mr. Victor is not a mod. Q is a bit of a dick though. So yeah, you can post about him. I'll probably chime in. I'll probably comment on it too. I can say like, what an asshole of a moderator. RIPD? Yes, I have seen RIPD. That's the one you don't like talk about. Oh, lesbian? No, it doesn't have that. It's just kind of like a romantic movie. Open to feature today, Sig 40 AM and Sig 40 Dragonman. Well, congratulations. Age of Ultron just watched it again. Age of Ultron's alright. Today I opened 1 mil ball chips when my units were 12981 and gave me 2500 in full refills, blah blah. Oh, so they're arguing about that. Yeah, it's just a display issue though. It is just a display issue. Waiting for Multiverse of Madness? Everybody is. It is guilty pleasure. No, I haven't. I have seen it, but it's not my guilty pleasure. I haven't believed it. You found to be disgusting. All of it, Slinger. Everything about your eating habits to me right now seems disgusting. Okay? Rank 3 Warlock Penny, 6200 cost. Nice. Favorite DC movie? Favorite DC movie? Huh. I don't know, probably Wonder Woman. That was quite good. Maybe Aquaman. How do you guys figure out YouTube? So, you know, 1K base rank suicides. Yeah, that's true. That's strong. Games will teach you more about numbers in school. For a lot of people, that is true. And be patient with these kids in math. They're learning the new math. Beautiful. Oh, right, I completely forgot. But that's only America, though. You know, I refuse to accept that default setting is American setting. You know, there's a whole wide world out there. And to majority of us, you Americans make zero sense. Especially with your new math bullshit. You can go and fuck right off. We would rather rank up. There you go. Nimrod is, I don't know. I think Nimrod's awesome. Nimrod's well worth rank up. My father sure quote Kingdom of Heavens a lot. The lines where he said, it's not a very good horse. I will not keep it. Yeah, Kingdom of Heaven was awesome. There are some very good quotes though. There are some very good quotes as well. Oh, whoopsie. Oh, come on. Stop getting wrecked, Joe. What are you doing, Joe? Doesn't sound like anything I can see. Speaking of attack values, always baffle me how Airwalker and Super Scroll at rank 4 have attack value comparable to rank 2. Yeah, it's just been butchered by number. It makes sense on like Hyperion and like King Groot having, you know, very low base attack value because you spend, you know, majority or half of the fight, you know, with fury buffs and stuff like that. For some champions it does make sense when the base attack values are low, and you know, like, yeah, you know, it's fine. But yeah, again, Airwalker is like, why? Why? Batman? Fair enough. Let's keep it civil. We're all civil here. Long Justice League cut. Yeah, the long Justice League cut is quite good as well. Well, there you go, Slinger. Disgusting. Slinger is officially disgusting. America failed the young generation in terms of education. 100% agree. Like, if I were living in America, I would not feel comfortable sending my offspring to school there. It's quite, you know, I would either send him to study abroad or home educate, something like that. It's like, no offense to Americans here, but I do think that majority of your education system is absolute rubbish right now. Like, yeah, just flat out shit. Like, I would not, like, I am thankful to God that I grew up in poverty, surrounded by alcohol and drugs, if that means I could have education that I had instead of education that I would have in America. You know what I mean? Like, I had a very, very rough upbringing, but despite all of its flaws, it is, you know, ultimately the education and everything that happened to me in the school is what molded me and, you know, formed my brain and gave me the ability to think clearly and well enough, and gave me a very good. And as I grow older, the more clear it has that I have been blessed with a very generous amount of general knowledge of the world, of physics, chemistry, biology, and everything else. I feel extremely blessed with what I have been given in my school compared to what I see people are receiving right now across the world, and especially in America. So again, I don't want to, you know, harp or insult America and stuff like that, but I am incredibly thankful to the fact that I do not go to school there. You know, that's it. I'm very, you know, thankful for that. And again, the older I get, the more and more I realize how poorly educated today's people are. In my generations won't be majority of Americans. Completed all the content except Abyss, so I decided to make a new account and do Abyss to get used to it. Here's the thing, Goppy. It's a shit thing to do. I am just gonna delete that message to begin with. If you start talking about mods again, I will just ban you from the channel, because I don't want anything to do with anyone who will want to mod the game. And if it doesn't affect your main account, I hope it does. If you think you can, you know, go and mod around the game, you know, maybe it won't affect it right now, but I do hope you slip up and you accidentally enter your main account with the mods or something like that, and you get that shafted over as well. Modding is shit. I want nothing to do with it. I encourage nobody to do anything with it. And that's simple as that. And if you want to mod, you can mod wherever you want, but you will not discuss it or get advice about it here. That's it. You know. And I genuinely hope it does affect your main account. Really, that on a regular basis. I don't care, you're disgusting. I don't care, Slinger, you're disgusting. Hello in America, what you trying to say? I'm trying to say your education system is fucked. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, he likes slump. Every far left progressive bullshit. Come American. No, Slinger. I don't lump all of you together. I fully well accept that that's around 50% of you. But 50% is large enough of a group to justify a stereotype. You know, I do it on, obviously I do it on purpose. Obviously I do understand that not everybody in America is like that and stuff like that. But, you know, when it comes to like education system, it doesn't matter what your personal beliefs are, whether you're like far left or far right or whatever. You know, you just have a shit education system in majority of the places. Again, ultimately, if I do it, I often do it on purpose, either for reaction in order to emphasize a point. But Slinger, you know, obviously I do understand that, especially in a country as big as America is, you know, much more nuanced and not like a uniform opinion. However, here's the problem though. I can understand that it's not all of the people everywhere and all the time, but it without a doubt, typically your far left progressive folks are the loudest. And when people from outside look in, you know, in the most viral news stories or, you know, kind of Twitter trends and stuff like that, and pretty much everywhere where, you know, where you, without living in America, can get an impression of what's happening in America, it is the far left progressives that you see first always, because they are way louder and they are way more obnoxious and they are all over the place. And you know, and that's on you as well, because you guys are letting them create and cudgel the image of America for the rest of the world, because they are at forefront of the, you know, symbolism of America right now. And that is on you. And it's all good. He's a good guy, regardless. No, I genuinely don't think, you know, that, again, I fully will understand that, you know, it's far more nuanced, that, you know, realistically, the Twitter population is a fairly minor population. And then, you know, majority of the people are just regular people living somewhere in the middle, just wanting to be left alone. And then, you know, then there are fairly minor population that is again completely on the right. And I am European, absolutely right, but I do recognize nuance. And I will play on it at times purposely. Sometimes either yes to get a reaction to piss you off or to make a point. Sometimes to make a disingenuous point. I'm not a saint. However, again, the point that is the image you guys are, it's not that what I see on TV, because I actually watch a lot of American programs and everything else around America and follow the world events and America, especially because what happens in America typically happens in many other places around the world generations later. But you guys are letting that be the image. It's not that I am seeing it wrong. It's that you guys are allowing those people be the ones that paint the picture. Not that I'm trying to get into a debate, but like you said before, yeah, of course, all the news and media and stuff like that is BS and biased. But you guys are allowing the news and media and everything else be BS and biased. And, you know, I like to think that I'm, you know, fairly understanding of that fact alone to understand that, you know, to realize that it's not all of the Americans that are like that. However, it is you who are allowing your media, your news stories, your, I don't know, Twitter feeds from America, your movies and everything else be that way. And that is not what people in Europe sees. That is what you are showing to the people of Europe. Take some goddamn responsibility for the way your country comes across as well. Don't blame that people, you know, are misguided or misinformed. But, you know, in that case, as an American, that is what you guys are presenting to the world. You can't blame people for, you know, looking at what's, you know, shown in front of their eyes. And then, you know, turn around and like, that's not everybody and stuff like that. You know, if that is the image that, you know, America has, you know, who else is going to change it? Am I responsible for changing it? Is, you know, some random French bloke in France is responsible for changing it? Or is that the American people who are actually living there? Who has to, you know, do something about that? Okay. Here we are. No, I mean, 50% split, I mean, is largely between, you know... Okay, it's not even 50. Again, probably majority of the people are somewhere in the middle and want to be left alone. And then you have your lefties and righties and everything else. Anyway. Let's just quickly catch up. Managed to be in American public schools at the perfect time, just before the new math. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. Case in point, American can't work out what's going on. Yes, and this was a small town that wasn't super regulated, so I learned in a much better environment. Good for you, Eric. It's typical European. Okay, there we go. My typical Europeanness. The Leo school stateside are managed by adults who rely on government for their salaries. It sets our kids up. Well, there we go. People from Canada, Mexico, South America, and Caribbean being dragged because everybody called United States. It's different than on the news. Of course it's different. Every country is different than, you know, what the news show, for most part. It's like, take a look at London. London is 9/10 disgusting, overpopulated, overpriced slum, and, you know, 10%, you know, an actual historical heritage site. Everybody has that image of London as like this, you know, very historical buildings and wonderful, wonderful place. Have you ever actually been to London, kind of like traveled about? There's so much mess. Odd question, but these class scenarios, would you rank first Blade or Hitmonkey? Icarus or Hype? I would rank up Hitmonkey and Hype. Hitmonkey, Hype, Sorcerer's Supreme or Longshot. Emma or Gambit, I would not know. It would depend on experience. But it would be Blade, Hitmonkey or Blade, Hype over Icarus, Sorcerer's Supreme or Longshot. I'm gonna need to finish a bit with Mutant. Too late to do it multiple times. Should I explore Act 6? Go for it if you want. Why not? Go for it. Live in America, and I know our primary education system is shite. We have decent universities, but up until high school, we are outclassed by a good portion. Yes. I think currently USA is 13th in the overall quality of education in the world. And you are 13th in overall quality of your education, despite, I think, being the most expensive, as in like the average education per person, how much like either government spends or if it's a private school, it's kind of like the most money in the world. being used and spent on your education, and you land in somewhere in 13th spot or 20 something spot in the quality of education. So as with many things, it's just extremely overpriced and not quite good enough in terms of quality. Watching Moonnet? Yeah, I'm watching Moonnet. Well, the first 2 episodes anyways. Remember there's Moonnet. Oh, very good. We'll watch it later in the evening. Someone do 531 Korean challenge. You reckon the usual suspects are on this? 531 Korean challenge. It's just kind of what you want. Many people just use like A-Gun or Guillotine 2099. You can literally use whoever you want as long as, you know, there are no mystics. I used like Colossus and a Synergy team for mine, mainly. But, you know, it's fairly many. I have a guide on that. I kind of explain who I use. You know, I suspect, for instance, Null 3-star. If you're on Liquid Courage, Double Edge would be cool. Allowing it. Just a kid. How am I allowing it? I'm just a kid. What can my parents even do? Okay, so how else does it work? If you're not allowing it, who is? The whole PC bullshit's pissing me off. And obviously, if you're, you know, just a kid, you're just, you know, a kid, you go to school, you do what you have to do. When I say you are allowing it, I largely mean it, you know, as a country, as a demographic, as a part of population, not that you individually have an obligation to do something about it. But, you know, but at large, you know, that's kind of like the point of democracy. If you disagree with it or if you dislike it, then you're meant to be able to vote those people out. No? That is how it's being allowed. I also think that the whole two-party system in America is quite shite. Do not know people who give enough of a shit to do anything about it? Well, that is the point, James. That is the point. That's also, you know, synonymous of allowing it or letting it happen. So, MCOC, baby, sure. Do you think strikers are going to be enacted? I think strikers are going to come in-ish. I don't know, actually. Well, strikers, again, here's the thing. Why information and details matter, right? So, it's not about what I think strikers are going to be. We actually know exactly what strikers are going to be. So, now that I kind of caught up, I hope I kind of caught up. 1 second. Game updates. I think it's this. We know exactly what strikers are going to be because of this thing. This explains very well strikers, yeah? Again, reading details and nuance. Game modes, Alliance War, Alliance Quest, Officer Tools, Arenas, Alliance Raids, Progression, Masters 2.0, Relics. Strikers. Here we go. Last year we teased our tag team prototype strikers. This year you'll get to play it. The jewel in the crown of Relic system. Again, here's the jewel in the crown of Relic system. So obviously strikers are going to be connected with the Relic system. Strikers will be top tier equipables that you can apply to Relics. So we can extrapolate 2 to 3 things from this, right? So the first and the obvious one, strikers are going to be dependent on Relics. There's no Relic, there's no striker. So first and foremost, Relics have to come before strikers are usable. And second thing, top tier equipables means that there will be several tier equipables. We do not know what they are going to be, but apparently the highest epitome of, you know, the best equipable Relic item or something like that is going to be your striker that you can get, probably variables. Also, given the fact that they are going to be connected to Relics, we can get more information about strikers from the text of Relics. Relics are coming. Relics are all new powers. Individual champions, ability like custom buffs to their kits. Individual relics act as vessels for a collection of new buffs with a host of unique abilities tied to each one. For the first time, you will be able to apply collectible mastery like buffs to individual champions. Summoners will initially find relics in the new solo competitive mode before being slowly rolled out as rewards across the other modes in the game. So here we can, you know, we don't have the deuce. We know for a fact that Battlegrounds is going to be home of the relics. That is where we're going to initially get and acquire them. Now, it does not specify in which game modes we will or will not be able to use them, but it just says that that is where they will initially be introduced. And again, keeping in mind that the top tier of the relic system is Striker, it's quite likely that Strikers might either be delayed later and you can't initially acquire them, or at the very least, when Strikers and relics get launched, you will need to be able to get, you know, relic at a certain quality and then those equipables, and then you can get Strikers. And either we will likely be only able to use them in limited game modes or everywhere throughout the game, but facts still remain that initial ones are gonna appear in Battlegrounds and Strikers are here. There we go. Details and nuance and information matters. And that's what you get. That's what you get for not going to American high school. Maybe the average person in the US doesn't have time to worry about that media. It's just an average person in the world, you know. It's kind of like same. UK has its own fair share of problems, but you know, it's not like I'm actively on the streets protesting for transparency and stuff like that. Well, there you go, Slinger. So, you know, in all due respect, Slinger, I do think I have a fairly balanced view overall of the situation. The fact that I sometimes purposely play on it just to pull a leg of American who likes to eat waffles and chicken with some weird syrup thing, that's another thing. That's a question of, you know, my morality, I suppose. Do not accuse me of being average ever again, you muppet. I just finished planning my page for RBG for the first time. Very time consuming. It's only time consuming initially. You know, afterwards, once you get used to it, there's nothing to do really. Mallman or Kingpin both do. Do you run Liquid Courage Double Edge? That's kind of decide. If you often run Liquid Courage Double Edge, I would rank up Mallman above Kingpin. If you don't run Liquid Courage Double Edge often, I would rank up Kingpin over Mallman. Simple as that. Very, very simple difference. If you're not, are you feeling better this morning? Yeah, I am feeling better. I am feeling better, Putri. Thank you. Getting slammed with Summoner Sanctum service. Yeah, I got one yesterday as well. Is Act 6 really that long? Yeah, Act 6 is... no, Act 6.1 and 2 are long. 6.3 and 4 are 6 parts. 6.3 and 4 is when they went to the 6-part format type of thing. But yeah, 1 and 2 is very, very long. 6.1 and 2. No schools are 70% students mention gender studies. I think that's a real thing. Yeah, exactly. You know, that is a fucking problem. That really is a fucking problem. You're brainwashing your own children, and then you're surprised that, you know, you have, I don't know, 10 or 20 times as many transgender people, or who think they are transgender, walking around the, you know, everywhere and making big fuss. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into all of that, but you're goddamn right. You have a lot of fucking problems. A lot of fucking problems. 1KD, Tournament, quick question. Would you rank 4-6-star Guardian, Guillotine 2099, Hulkbuster, or Nebula? I'd probably do Guardian or Hulkbuster, personally. I'd do Guardian or Hulkbuster. Know who runs the media? Can't vote out who runs the media. You can vote out your local, you know, politicians though, and then you can demand your, you know, you can elect politicians on the premise that they are gonna do something about the media though. Media and business is connected, and you know, your legislators can go after businesses or certain types of businesses. Teachers should not teach politics until high school, and the whole gender identity is bullshit. Yeah, here's kind of like the whole gender thing is, you know my opinion. There are men and there are women, and you know, you are perfectly free to do or believe or feel however you feel, and I am even willing to defend your right to look the way you want to look, or, you know, to behave you want to behave. What I am directly opposed is you having say in my life, what I'm supposed to believe and what I'm supposed to say. There's the big difference. I think, you know, you can do whatever you want, you can be whatever you like, and if I, you know, like that, you know, I'll interact with you, and if I don't, I won't, and that's it. My problem is where you or anybody else starts to want to have some sort of influence over my life or over my beliefs. That's simple as that. I largely believe in the idea of you be happy, and I'll be happy for you, and let me be happy. Stay the fuck away from me. If I want to interact with somebody, I will. If I don't, I won't. And that's it. It's as simple as it goes. And as far as it goes for schools and, you know, all the debate about schools, I didn't know anything that's happening with my teachers and their private lives, and I didn't care. I respected those people for the way they handled things, for the way they approached subjects, for what they taught me. I didn't know whether they're married or not. I didn't know how many kids they had necessarily. You know, in times, obviously, I knew that this teacher had a kid because they were going to the same school and stuff like that. But point is, not a single teacher ever discussed themselves in detail with me. There are, you know, maybe a handful of teachers that we knew more than we should have about. And, you know, that was if somebody was extremely religious because she was going to pray in like kind of our mini church type of thing in the school or something like that. But in general, you know, if you're teaching me biology, I don't give a shit where you put your winker, you know, or if you're teaching me chemistry, I don't care who you scissor at night. It's simple as that, you know. You're there to teach chemistry. But yeah, in general, I do think it's fucking insane these days. I'm so fucking glad I'm not being subjugated to this fucking brainwashing. What's up, God/you? Guardian, honestly, otherwise, well, there you go. Problem is not teaching politics, Eric. The problem is teaching bias. Yeah, that's also true. No, in general, like, you know, if you want to have politics, you can teach politics. It's just have special, dedicated, you know, unbiased class. Oh. Only teachers, political teaching degree should. There you go. North American women choose to throw away money unless you use credentials. It's not that they chose to throw away money. It's again, it's just a natural fact that, you know, people are interested in different things. You know, again, despite what anybody likes to say, that each individual is different. You know, I do strongly believe that every single one of us is a total sum of all of our decisions and experiences. Simple as that. Every single one of us is the total sum of every decision that we have made and every experience that we have gained along the way. That is who we are, ultimately. Obviously, there is some, you know, genetic background to our capabilities and everything else, but most of it has been defended, but depends on that. And, what's the best way to put it then? And you know, there are differences between men and women at large. Obviously, there are exceptions to every rule. It's kind of like, again, men are statistically, you know, stronger on average. Average man is going to be physically stronger. That is not to say that there aren't millions or thousands of women out there who would be able to whoop my ass, you know, if they, you know, are very active with sports or train in some sort of martial arts or, you know, are active athletes. I believe that there are millions of women who can whoop my ass. I also believe that you look at, you know, statistical average, an average man is going to be able to deadlift more than women will be. And, you know, that's just, you know, how things are. It's life. It's kind of same as like men typically are more aggressive. That is not to say that there are no more aggressive women than me and stuff like that. There are differences, whether, you know, and we're not created equal. And that's life. And we need to stop pretending that none of that exists. Or strive for is equality of opportunity. Yeah, exactly. Equality of opportunity is a major positive thing. Equality of outcome is a very negative thing. Equality of outcome is effectively communism, which never works. Gender studies possibly make you money. 2 weeks, do you still recommend to buy 10k offer? If you have the units, I think I do. It depends on each situation, but yeah, I think for most people I do. With Green Challenge 2.0 release, do you think that could be recurring monthly for endgame players? I would love I already discussed, I would love if they gave us one boss fight a month on week 3 or 4 of MCOC. Kind of like Summer of Pain, except not do it every week. Do it Year of Pain, you know, and just once every X amount of time. Like once every, you know, on every 3rd Wednesday of the week or something like that. I think that would be the best solution. I don't think that we need Karin challenges, you know, every couple of months. Kitty, Omega, Sentinel, or Scorpion? I don't know. I haven't played Scorpion at all, so I can't answer that question. No problem with what they want, but we have fun talking about. That's true. We can get back to MCOC. It's fine. When though? Oh yeah. Literally a TV show. Oh yeah, I can't stand to watch some things on TV these days. And again, you know, it's not. What's the best way to put it? I can't stand to watch anything that feels forced. There are many TV shows or programs that, you know, have all of those same themes, but if it feels, you know, natural and if it's done well, it's done well. I have no problem with that. But if it feels forced or just for the sake of it, I hate it. I don't know who to awaken now from 7.4. Depends on 3 to 4 gem. If I do Herc or Doom to max Sig. Here is my personal opinion. How I can measure impact on both of those champions. Doom obviously has high prestige and it's awesome, and I'm not unhappy that I ranked up Doom, but I'll be blatantly honest here. Hercules is somebody that I benefit from virtually every single day, because I either use him for war, I either use him for questing or for Alliance quest. Dr. Doom is somebody that I use when I have to, but I use a lot less. So for me, Hercules makes more sense as a first rank 4, because you're just gonna benefit from it way more frequently and consistently. Right, okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't shy away from these type of debates and conversations, but, you know, at times it's also nice to return to MCOC. Why did the stream go political? I don't know, because somebody called me a typical European. I'm just kidding. I don't know, people tend to go political. Everybody goes political today. These days, everybody likes to go political. Everybody's a freaking expert. I think today's day and age also is a perfect embodiment of the idea that a little bit of knowledge is very dangerous. And that is what we see across the globe, where, like, you know, everybody should be able to express themselves even with little amount of knowledge. I agree with that. The problem is that people don't understand the amount of knowledge they have is relatively minuscule, comparatively speaking. And they never accept the possibility of them standing in the wrong or having a wrong opinion, which is something that I always, again, keep at back of my head whenever I talk about things, you know. I could stand corrected at any given point after every single sentence that I say. That doesn't mean that I'm not confident in what I say. It just does mean that I'm not a religious fanatic and I'm open to, you know, new arguments, new trains of thoughts, and listening to things happening across me. And that is a major problem here. And it's, again, it's not just a political problem. It's, you know, in general in MCOC. We as I think it's like a generational or social thing at the moment. Just have moved away from the idea that we could have been lied to, or we have been misled, or we don't want to accept that because we think, you know, that we know it the best, or that, you know, people would do it. I can't really explain why, or right now on the spot I can't. I would need to put my thoughts together a bit better. But in general, one of the worst things in today's day and age, apparently, is that you could be proven wrong, or you would, you know, accept the fact that you're wrong, because everybody is fucking trying not to be, to a comical degree. You know, when somebody catches you out, you're gonna change the topic, you're gonna result in insulting people, and you're gonna do whatever you have to do just to make sure that you do not have to admit to the fact that you are wrong. I can be maxing Herc. Yeah, I would go with Herc as well initially. I would change Comrade Daddy after Russia's invasion. You know, again, I'm not even gonna lie on it. Yes, that was. First of all, I had changed it in the past couple of times. you know, I had the high ground, I had the CEO of Awesome, and this specific distinguished summoner thing appeared after that stream I had in the suit. But yeah, I changed it virtually the same day the invasion happened, just because at that point it kind of felt inappropriate to me. Now, whether it was or it wasn't, you know, that's a different question, and I never, like, you know, made a massive deal about it. But yeah, it did feel awkward to me, so I changed it. Again, whether that was the right or the wrong thing to do, I'm not even entirely sure. But yeah. Don't rank 4 for desperation? Yeah, definitely don't rank 4 for desperation. Do you need the max sig for Herc? Well, for prestige you need max sig. If you don't care for prestige, Herc can function with lower sig. So Bugman, morning. I really hate to be a 6-star sitting on the Romance Awakening gem. Well, there you go, use it then. Against the boom in the age of social media, that's also true. Called KT a typical European, which is really funny. It started from waffle and fried chicken. Yeah, exactly, you wanker. Your fault, Slinger. Yeah, I have baby prestige in stands right now, but I have Namor and Surfer and Awaken and Herc and Doom. Well, there you go then. Start working on your baby prestige. Start working on your baby prestige. Legion Miner. I'm here all the time and I have been following you for a very long time, so I don't get offended when you generalize Americans, but someone who is not could come across like you have and show them. Yeah, no, I generally don't have. I honestly don't have the issue. I have like a lot of very good American friends and stuff like that I talk daily. It's more in the sense of I like messing with them, because I have grown up under all of those movies and the general idea that Americans think that they are awesome and amazing and the best country in the world and everything like that. And you know, I wish you guys had kept that properly and globally, because, you know, that is something I can respect. Love for your own country, I can respect, you know. Patriotism and things like that. Unfortunately, there are very bad things happening with language in general, and you guys are kind of being shunned, you know. Loving thy flag, loving America, and being proud of your country, you know, often is presented as, you know, a fairly shitty thing in America these days, which is fucking insane. But I can respect that, you know, and I respect Americans for that, for the core principles that you used to stand for, which is freedom of speech and, you know, again, love for your country and, you know, accepting your flaws and everything like that. But I don't think you do anymore. At least large parts of your country don't anymore. And with that, it's not that I dislike or have anything against Americans, I just respect that country a lot less than I used to. For the fact that your poor people still don't have healthcare. You know, for the things that you're doing to your own children with your education system. And many more. You know, absolutely no kind of hidden agenda against Americans. But I can honestly say I have lost a lot of respect I used to have for America as a country. When I was growing up, America used to be the dream. My dream was, if I ever make in any sector of life, whatever I end up doing in life, if I am successful, I want to be successful in America. If I am successful, I want to at least visit America frequently, or, you know, be there or travel there or see that. I don't anymore, because I don't respect America that it is right now. And that is to do with, you know, obviously the internal problems with the external world events and everything else. Just, you know, I still respect the people of America, but as a country, I just don't care for America anymore. There are, at the moment, there are at least 50 places I'd much rather visit than America. And, you know, that's just me being truthful without trying to be hurtful. I still think there are many, many beautiful things and awesome people in America. I still think, you know, can be a wonderful place for a specific type of people. I still think, you know, you guys are, you know, fine. And again, there are parts of those principles and things that I absolutely love and I can stand behind. But at large, you know, I just don't think America right now is who I grew up with thinking America is. And it seemed like how England was a major power in the world before there was America, but the people in the power became lazy and sleep. Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of, yeah, exactly. China is probably going to be the new one in a generation or two. It's a bit feeling overall with the Comrade invasion. It was Putin's name, not the Russians people. Well, and you can think that, you know, you can think that, but ultimately it's not whether you feel comfortable with it, it's whether I feel comfortable with it. And, you know, I didn't. And I'm going to tell you why I didn't. Because I knew that I have Ukrainian viewers as well. And I knew that, you know, they wouldn't probably feel too happy with like a, you know, clear Soviet communist terminology there. And yeah, it is Putin's war. However, obviously, again, it's not even as that simple, because, you know, legitimately there are a lot of people in Russia who are absolutely brainwashed, in my opinion, brainwashed with state propaganda, and who are actually in favor of that, and who are thinking that they're doing amazing things, you know, liberating Ukraine and all that other shit. There are these stories from Ukrainians, you know, coming out all the time that if daughter is living in Ukraine, mother is living in Russia, and mother doesn't believe her own daughter that, you know, they are being bombed and killed. So,
Welcome.
You know, that's again one of those issues that it might be Putin's war, but without a doubt there are millions and millions and millions of Russians who do support him. So it's not as straightforward even anymore as that either. Because, you know, power of state propaganda is real. So it's a very complex issue, and ultimately, again, James, you can feel however the fuck you want to feel about that title. But, you know, it's not your choice to make. It's not your decision. You can have a channel, you can put it up if you want, and, you know, I'll probably be fine with it. Somebody won't be, you know, somebody will be. But those are not decisions for you to make, are they? Especially since you're neither Russian or Ukrainian. You're an American. So, again, cool. I think it's a bit stupid. Well, I think it's a bit stupid that you think that you have, you know, any say in that. Oh, you ever watched The Education? It's a YouTube. I don't think, maybe. I don't think I have though. Prestige. Only for champ predictions. That said, do you think Omega Sentinel will be the end of this tech Trinity? Possibly. Possibly. But again, I don't know. I really don't. Anyways, I'm off. Can do 7.4. Alright. Best of luck, Snag. Best of luck. It's like our country is run out of greed. Every country is run out of greed. Every country is run out of greed and wealthy. Similar how England, yeah. Stream like 5 minutes after stream started. Track 13. There you go. I'm early for the there. Okay. Will APOC fall in value with nodes like EG? APOC is pretty meh without ramp up and synergy. No, I don't think APOC is gonna fall much in value because well, APOC is most part still fairly sturdy defender. Most people still like using APOC because you can still use him against mutants. And you can use him as a mutant hunter, and you know, he's still gonna be quite decent defender. You know, for Battlegrounds, you know, I personally don't think he's like the best champ. I didn't particularly enjoy APOC in Battlegrounds, but you know, there are plenty of people who did rely on APOC. And high regardless, got the champs, I need awakenings, I don't care once I eventually have all the things. Not gonna be the highest I can get. Very good. Well, yeah, that's how it's gonna work out. Hey, what's up, Jason? How are you doing? Good morning to you too. give it a watch. I think you would enjoy the content. Tackles hard issues with good. Might take a look at it. Might take a look. Going with the AQ map change being delayed. It's typical kebab, you know. Yeah, like honestly, it'd be more surprising if they didn't delay the map changes. It's like, don't you? It's like, don't you agree? It would be. It would be more weird if those map changes would have went smoothly than, you know, if they had an issue. I mean, realistically, it's like, are you surprised they have a problem? But thank you, Putter. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Appreciate the membership. If JJ's here, she's gonna invite you to members only exclusive chat. That'd be quite awesome if you joined it. Yeah, it's definitely not surprising, Katie. Exactly, you know. So, whatever reasons they come up with this time, I think at this point it's kind of, you know, throw a dart at a dartboard and it makes about as much sense. Crystal opening, got to choose between duping Tiger, Red Skull, and Jubilee. Tiger, obviously, not even close. Tiger's dupe is definitely well worth it. Do you feel like this is your early season to take the top spot in AW? You guys gonna crush? I hope we do. I hope we do. I was very happy how New Nation played last season, so I hope we do well this season. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. Either way, you know, no matter how New Nation does, I'm still happy to play with a team that I feel very kind of secure with. Because, you know, whether we win or lose, but at least, you know, New Nation always kind of plays fair. It's a good team to be in, and, you know, happy to be there. Obviously, sometimes we have, like, fallings out, or sometimes we, you know, lose and get pissed off and whatnot, but New Nation is a very good team to be in. Don't have much bad to say for like 29 of the members of New Nation. 28 of the members of New Nation. Playstyle Nimrod or Warlock, no take gem. Nimrod needs it more, so I'd give it to Nimrod. How's my favorite YouTuber? Well, I'm doing just fine. Thank you, Sunspotted. I'm doing just fine. But thank you. Okay, let's get this 2 million milestone here. Then we can skedoodle. And then I need to... I actually have a bunch of stuff I need to do today. Sheesh. I need to keep myself busy. You need your progression. Yeah, your account progression guide. Sure. Oh man, this is gonna be much harder to make. This is gonna be much harder to make now because we have a new variant, we have 7.4, we have a new set of green challenges. Jesus effing Christ. That table is gonna be very long. I'm gonna need to find a way how to shorten it. But fine, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. What crystals do you typically open? What arena? Just the basic ones, just the cheapest ones. Has anyone gotten 6-star chance from these different metal mutants? No, I haven't. I definitely should have avoided that better. Intention was trying to better understand. Well, it's fine again. My main intention was try and better understand why I made the decision, but said to be a dick about it. Sorry, Katie. It's fine, no worries. Sorry, James. You know, I'd rather... Now, here's the thing. You know, this I can work with, you know. You were a dick about something and, you know, you realize that you were a dick about something and we're fine. I legitimately have zero kind of... I legitimately have, like, zero animosity or grudge about that. But yeah, the wording was definitely quite... How about Will Smith though? I mean, come on. What about Will Smith? Again, really? I hope we moved on that. I hope we moved on from the book. First of all, it's like, why is it that important? Why is it that important? Thanks for the hard work you have been putting in that at the moment you're providing. Look forward to your content. I'll join chat, but I'm off to bed. Alright, see you later then, Putter. See you later, man. Love your rank 4 videos. Sounds cringy, but keep it up. Thanks, Sunspotted. Thank you very much. She's going to be OP, top meta. Oh yeah, Bishop is definitely very powerful in Battlegrounds. He changed my profile picture just for you. Jesus Christ, fuck you, Slinger. Like, what a dickhead. Disgusting. Disgusting. Right, come on, units. No, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Where are my units? Give me my units back, you creeps. I got 0 units today from battle chips. How is that fair? What's up, Briars? How am I doing? I'm fine. You know. Oh, 45 finally. Alright. Alright. But I'm gonna finish the stream. You actually just kind of squeezed in at the very end here. I think we're done here for the day. I hope you guys will enjoy. Again, here's the thing. Some streams do get, you know, with more heavy topics, you know, either social or political. And I do understand that those discussions are not for everybody. And I also do not purposely try to get those streams in those directions. However, it's just by my nature, I also do not like to shy away or avoid any tough or hard subjects. And again, I by no means think that I have some sort of authority or whatever else you would say on the matter. However, I am someone who also, you know, follows fairly closely the events of the world, and do think that we do have legitimate huge problems surrounding us in today's day and age. And if something that I say can just as much serve for as food of thought for someone, just to have somebody stop and slow down before they post, you know, a shitty tweet or do whatever else, then I think it's worth doing. If I can make somebody think about what they think they know, I think it's worth doing. And again, you know, it's probably not the best for my channel, but nonetheless, we each have our own kinks and quirks, I guess. So either way, I'll be back later and I'll catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next month. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next month. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next